Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm 𝘃𝗏𝗃 and I'll be your guide as we dive into the world of Linux. Today we're going to walk through the process of installing Lubuntu on VirtualBox. Quick check before we get started. You'll need either a PC or an older Intel-based Mac. And a heads up, if you are using one of those shiny new ARM-based Macs, I'll have you covered with a separate tutorial on virtual machines on those Macs. Keep an eye out for a link up here on this slide when that tutorial becomes available. Now you might be wondering what exactly is VirtualBox. It's a tool to run virtual machines. A virtual machine behaves like a separate computer with its own operating system, and it runs within your existing operating system. One of the best things about VirtualBox is that it's completely free and open source software, so you can use it without spending a dime. Now you might be wondering, what then is Lubuntu? Lubuntu is a Linux distribution based on Ubuntu, one of the most popular and widely used Linux distributions. Lubuntu 2 is completely free to use. It's very lightweight and therefore it's very suitable for running within another operating system in a virtual machine, as well as in any situation where you prefer a snappy and efficient computing experience. Now let's break down the tutorial into its main parts. In the first part, we'll download the necessary software, namely VirtualBox and the Lubuntu ISO image. Then we'll move on to creating a virtual machine in VirtualBox, where we'll configure the settings to prepare for the installation of Lubuntu. Finally, we'll walk through the process of installing Lubuntu onto our virtual machine step by step. Let's now dive into the first part of our tutorial, downloading VirtualBox and Lubuntu. To begin, open your web browser and navigate to the official website of VirtualBox. Once there, locate the download section and select the appropriate version for your operating system. After downloading VirtualBox, it's time to get the Lubuntu ISO image. So head over to the official website of Lubuntu, where you will find the download section. Choose the latest version of Lubuntu and download the ISO image to your computer. Now here's a short security tip. Stick only to the official sources when downloading VirtualBox and Lubuntu. For added security, you might want to verify the checksums of the downloaded files. Checksums act like digital fingerprints, ensuring your downloads remain untampered. So consider searching for tutorials on how to verify checksums. Now that you have downloaded VirtualBox, proceed to install it on your computer. Simply double-click on the installer file you downloaded and follow the on-screen instructions to complete the installation. Now that you have VirtualBox installed on your computer, it's time to set up a virtual machine where we will install Lubuntu. Let's take a look at the dashboard of VirtualBox, where you will manage your virtual machines. As you can see here, I already have some virtual machines set up. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will create a completely new virtual machine from scratch. So click on New. Let's give your virtual machine a name. Here I'm naming it Lubuntu 20 for easy identification. Under ISO image, select the Lubuntu ISO image you downloaded earlier. Click Next and choose how much base memory and how many processor cores you will allocate to the virtual machine. You may start by setting the slider somewhere midway. Next, choose the disk size for your virtual machine. If you want to keep the footprint of your virtual machine very small, you can set this to 12 GB. Click Next and you'll be able to review all the settings that you just made once more. Finalize the process by clicking on Finish. Now you have a virtual machine set up and you can boot into Lubuntu for the very first time by clicking on Start. This will power up the virtual machine and you'll see a screen where you can select your language. While Esperanto is a tempting choice, we'll stick to English here. Next, select Start Lubuntu. Next, Lubuntu loads. For your convenience, I have sped up this part of the video. You can now already see the Lubuntu desktop. You may notice an announcement concerning power management, but for brevity's sake we will close it. In the third section, we'll walk through the process of installing Lubuntu onto our virtual machine within VirtualBox, ensuring that it's set up for long-term use. Just click on the Install Lubuntu icon on the Lubuntu desktop. This takes you to the Lubuntu installer. We select American English as our language here and click Next. We choose our region and click Next. Next, we'll have to select our keyboard. Since I'm using a Mac with a Finnish keyboard layout, I'll select that. After making the selection, we can test any characters on our keyboard and verify that they print correctly on the screen. Next comes a part that can appear intimidating. We will select Erase Disk, but pay attention that it only erases the 12 GB virtual machine drive that we set up earlier. In other words, it will not erase your computer's hard drive. Next, type in your name and choose a password. Click Next and you'll be able to review all the settings that you just made. Finalize the installation process by clicking on Install and Install Now. For your convenience, I have sped up this part of the video. When the installation has finished, restart your virtual machine by selecting Restart Now and clicking Done. After the restart, type in your password. Once you're back in Lubuntu, you will probably see an update notifier. It is a good idea to get Lubuntu to run the upgrade. So click Upgrade and type in your password. I have again sped up this part of the video. After the upgrade, it's always a good idea to restart the virtual machine. So go ahead and do that. So there you have it. You now have a freshly installed Lubuntu on VirtualBox. In the upcoming sequel to this tutorial, we'll go through how to install the guest editions for VirtualBox. They enhance the performance and usability of virtual machines. You'll get shared folders and a shared clipboard between the host and guest operating systems, along with many other handy features. So that's all for now, folks. Catch you on the flip side.